And welcome back to the Bayside North. In Kent County, head coach Brendan Ireton expects the Trojans to have a much improved defense this season. Last season, the offense averaged 42 points a game, but the defense, they just couldn't hold teams at bay. The Trojans graduated quarterback Stevie Curran. Junior Tyson Johnson will step into the starting job. He's going to rely heavily on running back Marquand Green, who's arguably one of the best players in this conference this season. Their season opens up on September 2nd against Colonel Richardson. Head coach Matt Griffith and the Easton Warriors finished last season at 2-8. They started 10 underclassmen. Prior to that, the Warriors had made the playoffs in 2 consecutive seasons. Last year served as a season of development, you could say, for a young squad. And this year returns starters at nearly every position. They're going to count on speed in their running game and hope that a more experienced squad will contend against the rest of the Bayside North. Cambridge South Dorchester Vikings have been dominant as of late. They made it to the second round of the state tournament last season, but last season they also graduated honorable mention All-State quarterback Nathaniel Lauer and defensive end Emery Wengust. But they returned running back Trey Lake and hope that their quarterback Tyler Harding can carry an offense that will maintain CSD's tradition of dominance.
Well, now we are joined by the man that is leading the way over there for the CSD guys. And I tell you what, Jake Coleman, I really appreciate you coming over here, Coach.
Man. No appreciate you coming and seeing this, man. First thing I want to jump into, Haley touched on it a little bit. Losing a guy like Nate Lowe, All-State honorable mention, a great kid as well. What does it do to lose a team like that? And how do you think a teammate like that, and how do you think Tyler Harding will step in?
Well, I mean, Nathaniel's he's a leader on so many levels and a very dynamic player. Had about half a dozen comeback victories, which is kind of rare, I think, for a high school quarterback. Led our team from behind a few times last year, and just has. It's tough to replace a guy like that.
Yeah.
But in saying that, we kind of have a system. We've been trying to bring up that next quarterback and let him sit as a sophomore and kind of learn and hopefully slow things down for him. And we did that with Tyler, and Tyler's. He's very versatile. He's a good athlete, can throw the ball. So, we're excited. We feel like we're in good hands.
Lowe was one of those guys that was a better kid almost than football player. Yeah. Great individual right there.
Yeah.
Well, you also got a few others left, and one of them that I'm sure you're going to be leaning on heavily this year, Trey Lake had a monster season last year. Is he going to be just that bell cow again this season?
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be, he's going to be our workhorse. He might be the hardest working kid I've had, in 12 years. So. It's a lot to be said, and I think he's going to have a great year. And, his offensive line, 4 out of 5 of the offensive linemen, including the tight end, are back. So, hopefully they can open up some holes for him. And if he gets to the second level, he can do some damage.
I was going to say, Coach, he don't need much of a hole. I saw that myself last year. He gets skinny through those holes. He's a great back.
Yeah.
I love the way he runs. All right, Coach, so how do you we've talked about it a little bit. You're dominant in the 1A down here, the 1A East down here. And, year after year, you guys make the playoffs. I think the stat was 10 straight years. You guys haven't had a losing season since 2006. How do you take that program from going to winning regional titles to eventually winning state titles?
You gotta look for those, those little things that you might have been missing. I feel like, we need to focus more on our power lifts. I felt like we were losing at the point of attack last year when we played Havre de Grace in the regional championship. And certainly when we faced the Douglases of the world, they're just so strong. So, we're trying to amp up our weight training and change some things a little bit that we were doing. And, hopefully that gets us. We've been consistent. We've been getting to the region championship, I think, almost six straight years.
Yep.
And we've gotten to that semifinal a couple times. But, we won't quite be accomplished as a coaching staff if we don't get them to that state title game and win it. So, we're doing our best. We're working hard. The kids are working hard. And, I feel like you keep knocking on that door, and eventually, you're gonna plow through it. So that's what we're trying to do.
Hopefully. Well, consistency is one thing you can always expect over there at Cambridge, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing that again this year. So best of luck this year, Coach. I really appreciate you coming down, and we'll be seeing you guys here in about a week, just about, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's time for another quick commercial break, but coming up next, we're going to take things back over to Delaware as we head down to the Hennelopen South Conference. You're watching DSI Coaches Conference.
Jimmy Atkins from Delmar. I'm a senior quarterback, MPO only. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insiders.